Welcome aboard, ladies. I'm Recon Rook, 24602, Church Militant, Colorado Springs chapter. Welcome to my interview with Kamala Harris. Just kidding. This is just what I would ask her if I was interviewing her right now. It's like, first I would say, Kamala, ask me if you should run for president in 2028. And she's like, should I run for president in 2028? I was like, okay, Miss Kamala, first, my answer to that question is in three choices. You know, if Professor X was real and stuff, he'd have a hard time because they make choices in their heads before they act on it and stuff, and Professor X would be crazy. Anyway, my three choices for you, I could lie to you and say, yes, Kamala, you should run. And 2028, I want to pump you up like the WWE champion. You should totally run for president and become the Democrat nomination. Because you don't have in my mind, I would be lying to you because you don't have a dog in the race against J.D. Vance. You don't stand a chance against him. Anyway, I could lie to you and say, yes, Kamala, you should run and stuff. That's one choice. My second choice would be, no, Kamala, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't stand a chance against J.D. Vance. Okay, and then my third option, which is probably what I would do, is like, if you want to have a chance against J.D. Vance, you're going to have to become Kamala 2.0. The difference in you and Donald Trump was Donald Trump makes decisions. You kind of say all this stuff without saying anything at all. You have this tendency to do it. I think of myself, okay, like if Kamala wasn't going to be president and run for president in 2028, where would be a good fit for her? Well, I miss her interviews on TV. I like the word salads and all the crazy stuff she says. I don't completely always agree when people just rip her down. Like she had something from an interview recently I saw on Lefties Losing It, and I listened to it. I was like, I understand what Kamala is saying. I kind of agree with it. It's not word salad to me and everything like that. Even though some of the stuff is just hilarious, like unburdened by what has been and all that stuff. But I miss Kamala's interviews and stuff. You go out there and make as many interviews as you can. The part of the thing that really pissed me off in the presidential run in 2024 was that Kamala Harris, you weren't making you weren't doing interviews. It was like some kind of PR tactic of you to hide you. You weren't making the interviews. You weren't out there saying stuff. You wouldn't answer the questions. We want to see the word salad. I like that comedian out there in the world that she does impressions of you, and she's hilarious. Give her some more feed, you know. Anyway, but you gotta make a stance and make a decision on something. I watched this interview with you, Kamala Harris, on Anderson Cooper's show. He asked you straight up, is the wall on the southern border a good idea? It's a yes or no question answer that you have to give. It's just simply yes or no. And if you say no, you better have a good reason why you say no, it's not a good idea on the southern border. Because if you just say, then the people can't walk into Texas, you know, that's not a good answer for that. There's video footage before Donald Trump was ever president of Joe Biden saying we needed a wall on the southern border. Then Donald Trump was going to bring the wall on the southern border. Everybody threw a huge hissy fit. And during Kamala's rule as the border czar, Texas was putting up razor wire walls to stop an invasion into their country. So if you're going to say no, the wall on the southern border isn't a good idea, then you better have a pretty good answer as to why you would say no. But if you want to change your outlook to Kamala 2.0 and you want a free idea for you, yes, the wall on the southern border is a good idea. I think it should be like just like the Great Wall of China, a wide stone wall that they can see from outer space. And how they're going to pay for it? In this country, we're taught in school no fighting. There's no violence and stuff like that. If you do a violent crime, you're gonna get charged with assault or anything like that in violence and stuff. You're gonna get charged for it, and you're gonna pay for 50 bricks or 500 bricks and 50 hours of labor until this wall is complete on the southern border. And then when they finally complete it coast to coast, we're gonna have a Tour de France kind of cycle race on the top for cyclists coast to coast. All these bicycle dudes riding across that wall on the top. It's gonna be impressive. They're gonna see it from space. That's a free idea for you if you want to go with that. I don't care. You can even call it your own idea. Anyway, you got to make decisions and stick by them. Donald Trump makes decisions. He doesn't always make the right decision. He's not the type of man that would say, "Oh, this is a bad mistake." He kind of just presses through it. One of his, I think, the major flaw of his, and you can almost say it wasn't his fault completely. He just agreed with it and went with it. Was the passing on to the states the legislation about abortion. Why would you pass that on to the states? If even one state of the United States, like West Virginia, has abortion and everybody else legalizes abortion, all the people who want abortion are going to go to West Virginia, and we're still going to get punished by God for the fact that we kill our children. So that was a big mistake. But the Constitution in each state changed that on the day that Donald Trump was elected to his second term. You can almost say, was it Joe Biden's fault then? Another one of his poop his pants kind of policies. Uh, you know, who cares who blamed it? The fact is, we gotta not have abortion in America. If you don't, it's selfish to not want to share your life with someone else. You're killing a child in that, and any scientist that tells you you're not killing a child, that's flat out bullshit. Anyway, I don't know. I kind of forgot all the rest of my questions for Miss Kamala. You gotta be Kamala 2.0. With you gotta make decisions. You gotta okay. So going back to your history of Kamala 1.0, the idea of defund the police is a stupid idea. That you got to come up with better ideas than that. During your run for the president, you said, "I'm gonna legalize marijuana and give black kids entrepreneur loans for businesses." I'm like, okay, that's stereotypical. I'm a white dude. Do I get an entrepreneur loan if I need a loan for a business or something? It's kind of racist if you look at it. And the idea of legalizing marijuana is stupid. That's a psychotropic hallucinogen that's messing up our kids. Kids, stay off the drugs. Don't commit suicide. We grew up, you know, it's not worth it to do drugs. The very first time you experiment with some of these drugs, you could die. The drugs turn you into a fiend that's going to steal from your grandparents' purse. don't do drugs. Anyway, that's my kind of interview. If Kamala Harris is out there, please pray with you.